Do it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are in effect. Let's do it tonight. Man, the festivities were good this weekend, as you all know. There were some things that some people weren't really happy about. I was one of those people. There was a couple of things that people were happy about. I was one of those people. But what I want to talk about is I want to talk more about the All-Star festivities and why the All-Star game has become what it's become. Because all I hear from everybody is that the All-Star game sucked. The All-Star game is trash. The All-Star game is garbage. The All-Star game, what up, hoops? The All-Star game is terrible. And okay, we know that the food is bad at the restaurant. All right, how do we fix this though? That's the million-dollar question. How do we do that? Because if we just keep talking about it being bad, I mean, that's not going to fix it at all. That's not going to fix it. So what I'm trying to figure out is how did it get there? That's the question that we need to talk. That's the question that needs to be answered. All right, how did we get to where we are now? Because we're in a space now where all people are doing is complaining about, yo, the game sucks. The game is trash. The game is awful. That's it. And all right, I get that. The game sucks. The game is trash. The game is awful. All right, I get that part. 100%. How did we get here, though? Right? How did we get here? So, with that being said, I have I got a situation really quickly. Hang on for a second. We got some technical difficulties we got to clean up real quick. Hold on for a second. Hang on. My man.
You good? You good? It was your background. It's all good. I'm out.
Okay. We good. We had a bit of a technical difficulty, but we're straight now. All right. So that's the question. How did we get here? So to do a little recap, right? To do a little recap. What has the All-Star game been over the course of time? What has the All-Star game been? So since 1980 to today, 2024, that's 44 seasons. We've had 5 overtime games. We've had 11 games, 11 of them end in one possession. There were one possession games. So with that being said, what up, dog? With that being said, how did we go from 211 points and 168 threes, which was shot yesterday, 168? How did we go from that? How did we go from 5 overtime games, 11 one possession games to 168 threes shot in one game? How did we get there? How did the game become so non-competitive? What happened to the All-Star game that it became this just spectacle where guys just, it's Olay, you do it, okay, then it's my turn to do it. What happened to actually competing? Well, I'll tell you what happened. I think that we live in a generation because they're afraid of being shown up. And social media has a lot to do with that. Social media has a lot to do with that. And that suggests to me that guys aren't comfortable in their own skin. That's the thing that I think that they aren't comfortable in the most. They aren't comfortable in their own skin. They don't trust their skill set. When they're afraid to be challenged. And the reason why they're afraid to be challenged because their game isn't what they stand on. See, when the All-Star game was what it was, when the All-Star game was what it was years ago, Magic, Jabbar, Moses Malone, Barkley, Malone, Stockton, Jordan, Meek. Then you move over to guys like Gary Payton, Jason Kidd, Mark Price, Penny Hardaway, Olajuwon, David Robinson, Ewing. Then you move over from them, Shaq, Bryant, Jason Kidd, Steve Francis. When you move over to these guys, 9 times out of 10, my game did all the talking for me. So before the sneaker deal, before the commercial with Sprite, before the clothing, all of that stuff, before the commercials with McDonald's and Burger King and all of that stuff, before any of that stuff happened, right? Before any of that stuff happened, it was my game that did all the talking for me. Nowadays, that's not the case. Nowadays, what does all the talking for me is my gear, my social media page, what I look like, how I sound. And it takes away, we completely go away from my game. And because we go away from my game, I'm not going to compete as much, because if I do, I might get shown up. And that's going to screw up who I am. That's going to screw up what I'm about. That's going to screw it all up. And I'm not interested in doing that. I'm not. So instead of Jaden Ivey and Benedict Matherin, yo, I bust your ass anywhere, whether it's in the All-Star game, whether it's on a Tuesday night in Orlando or Indiana or Detroit, or it's in a summer league game, I'll bust your ass anywhere. Instead of that being the logic, because that's actually what basketball is, to be quite honest with you. That's actually what basketball is. Bring your game. You think you'll serve me? Bring it. That's always been what basketball. But instead of that, it's you shoot the long ball. No, you go ahead, because I'm afraid to get hurt. I'm afraid that I'm going to hurt you. And I mean, I watched Dwayne Wade break Kobe Bryant's nose in the All-Star game, because that's what the competition was about. Let's get to it. Now, I'm not advocating hurting anybody, but when you're in competition, more times than not, especially when you're in intense competition, more times than not, something like that could happen. Something like that is going to happen. Because of that, guys are afraid to involve themselves in that, because I might get hurt. I might get shown up. So how do we fix this? Because we've already identified what the problem is. At least I have. At least I feel like I identified what the problem is. So how do we fix this? Is this a generational thing? Maybe. Maybe this is a situation where I got to wait for the next generation to come through. Maybe I'll be alive to see it. But I got to wait for the next generation to come through and they be more competitive, where social media isn't what it used to be, where now this form of entertainment or this form of communication takes a back seat. And now you actually got to stand on your game, because guys are getting exposed for who they really are. Now you actually have to stand on your game. Maybe I got to wait another 10 years for this to happen, for the next James to come along, the next Jordan to come along, right? The next ultimate competitor to come along and say, yo, this is my league. I'm better than every last one of y'all, and you can't do a damn thing about it. Maybe that's what I have to wait for, because it's obvious that you guys don't want to do it now. I mean, you'll do it in the playoffs, sure. You'll do it in the playoffs. I watch Joker compete with the best of them, but the idea that there is no incentive to compete in the All-Star game, that's just lazy. That's just straight lazy. I don't buy the logic of it being more. If you incentivize it more, like get these guys more money. If you got an All-Star game where you got 12 guys and the guy who's the 12th guy on this roster is making $42 million, he ain't tripping on 500 racks. He's not. He is not tripping on 500 bands. He's not. Mm-mm. The reason why the in-season tournament was what it was because you had guys on two-way contracts. You had guys who is the 10th man who, contrary to how good James is or how good Anthony Davis is or how good Tyrese Halliburton is, yo, I need my job, yo. Not only do I need my job, I will take this 500,000, 100%. I'm going to go hard as hell for that. You probably don't have to because, as long as you've been here, right? As long as you've been here, that 500,000 is nothing to you. That's not a big deal to you. It's a big deal to James when he's trying to get the 10th man on the roster. That he ain't trying to do that for Jason Tatum. He's not trying to do that for Devin Booker. No, he's not doing that for Steph Curry. He's not. Steph Curry is not doing that for Karl Anthony Towns. He's not. Not $500,000. He's not. Not happening. So, with that being said, what is the solution here? The solution is that maybe, because I don't think that competing or making these guys compete is the solution. You can't make anybody compete. You don't want to fight, don't fight. All right, I get that. But I think that when we get to a point where the next generation sees this generation and goes, all right, I want to be better than that. And the only way for me to be better than that is to not be called soft, not be considered soft or anything like that. Anybody saying that I won't compete, you won't say that about me. When I think about like the dunk contest, for example. When I think about the dunk contest, for example, which I think is pretty interesting when I hear people saying, or not people, I heard Stephen A. Smith say this today, that LeBron James is solely responsible for the dunk contest for what it is today. And I don't believe that wholeheartedly, that he's solely responsible for it. Because what I will say is, James at some point in his career should have gotten in the dunk contest. Just one time. There's a reason why Bryant got in the dunk contest. Because Jordan was in it. Because Doc was in it. And that's who he was raised on. That's who he saw. His father played with Dr. J with the Philadelphia 76ers. Neat got in the dunk contest. The best dunkers in NBA history, at least one time, got in the dunk contest. So I won't argue, I will not argue that James at some point should have gotten in the dunk contest. I won't argue that. But to say that he's solely responsible for what the dunk contest is today, no. I'm not doing that. Because if I'm doing that, right? If I'm doing that, you know what else I got to do? What else do I have to do? I got to say that, why are you not blaming all of these guys today for not competing in the All-Star game when you ask the majority of these guys in the league today, who is the guy that they grew up on? Who is the guy who is their idol? Who is the guy that they idolize? Who is it? If we're going off today, right? It's 2024. If you ask the majority of these guys, who is their guy? Who will they tell you their guy is? If you ask them today. Because I can tell you right now, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to hear Kobe's my guy. Kobe is my guy. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to hear that from the majority, Jason Tatum, Kobe is his guy. Paul George. Line all the guys up. They'll say Bryant is their guy. So if he's their guy, if that's your guy, right? He set the standard, right? If he set the standard for what you are, why won't you compete like that? If he set the standard for that. Because that's what he was. I vividly remember hearing him say, when him and Chris Paul were in the All-Star game together, these are how many times they lost. These are how many times they lost. So if that's your guy, this is your guy. All of you dudes say that this is your guy. If that's true, why aren't you competing like that? If that's your guy, let me tell you why. Because Bryant, who is his guy? Jay. Who was Jay's guy? David Thompson and Doc. Those were his guys. And these are the guys that came before me. These are the guys that came before me. These are the guys who I wanted to be like. So in order for me to be like that, I had to get in the All-Star game and compete like they did. So if Bryant is your guy like you say he is, why aren't you doing it like he's doing it? At least from a competitive standpoint. Why not? Because you can't tell me that James is the sole reason why the dunk contest is the way it is, and then turn around and tell me that the All-Star game is whack and not give me a reason why the All-Star game is whack. You can't do that. No, I will not let that fly. I can't let that fly. Because the majority of these guys, the majority of these guys will tell you Bryant is their guy. And with Bryant being their guy, there's a reason why the All-Star game was what it was. The All-Star game meant something. I looked forward to watching the All-Star game when I was a kid and when I was even in my early 20s. I looked forward to watching the All-Star game. I looked forward to watching the All-Star game off the strength that, from a competitive standpoint, I knew for a fact that I was going to get the maximum effort out of all of these dudes. I knew that. I knew Gary Payton was going to give me work. I knew Steve Francis. I knew Steve Nash, Chauncey Billups, Shaq, Duncan. I knew these guys were going to play. Vince Carter, Stockton, Malone, Jabbar, Moses Malone. I knew that these guys were going to play. I knew it wasn't going to be, yo, you go, you go. Nah, if you're going to be like that, yo, go sit down. Nah. Because it was a pride thing. And this is what I can't do. Make sure that I'm clear on this. I can't make you compete. I can't make you compete, B. You have to see what the All-Star game was, is, and will always be. Before you dudes screwed it up, because I'm not on the fence about this. I'm not thinking maybe, I'm not thinking possibly. Before you dudes screwed it up, the All-Star game was the best pickup game in the world. That's what it was. I'm about to watch the best pickup game in the world, and these guys are going to go at it. Now I hear this generation telling me, well, these guys are risking life and limb. They might get hurt, or there is no incentive to, it doesn't mean anything. Well, I watched Kobe Bryant in 2001, in 2002, in the All-Star game, get the All-Star game MVP, and he got booed in his own hometown. He was clearly cut over that. He was hurt behind that because he had a dream of playing in the All-Star game. And not only did he have a dream of playing in the All-Star game, he had a dream of doing this, winning the All-Star game MVP, because the All-Star game meant something. Because I watched it when I was a kid. I watched Jordan. I watched Doc. Shaq, also, he watched Olajuwon in the All-Star game. He watched, Patrick Ewing was his man. I just want to let you guys know that. Patrick Ewing, Shaq loved Patrick Ewing. That was his dude. He loved him. Ewing, Jabbar, he watched all of these dudes in the All-Star game. I want to do that. That's what I want to do. And in order for me to do that, I got to get on my job so I can be that good. Not so I could just show up and just say that, I'm an all-star. You got to prove you're an all-star. You have to prove it. So when I think about the All-Star game, what it's become, I don't like it. I don't like it. But that doesn't take away from the rest of All-Star Weekend. I think All-Star Weekend was, I didn't have many gripes with All-Star Weekend. I'm a big fan of the skills competition. Big fan of the skills competition. I don't like that they now have teams. I don't like that. I'd like for them to get back to individualizing it because I do want to see these guys compete at it. Because I remember Damian Lillard, Russ, and Chris Paul getting in the skills competition. I remember that. And I know that there's so much money that's being made that the incentive is nothing because I got more to lose. But do you though? Do you have more to lose? The reason why I'm asking you that is because the reason why you are where you are is off the strength of you being the ball player that you are. Or if that ain't the case, then you're a fraud. If that's not the case, then you are a fraud. And your game and your whole persona, this house is built on sand. This isn't who you really are. Because if it is, then I'm getting in the skills competition and I'm winning it. Like J.R. Ryder said, as a rookie coming into the league. As a rookie coming into the league in 1993, at the draft in 1993, saying, quote, if I get in the dunk contest, I'm winning it. He said that on draft night. I love that. If I get in the dunk contest, I'm winning it. I don't care who in it. I don't care who's in it. If I get in the dunk contest, I'm winning it. Sean Kemp was in the dunk contest that year. Yeah. And this rook comes in and says, quote, if I get in the dunk contest, I'm winning it. So when that happens, that competitive fire is fueled from the rest of them dudes. Oh, this rook think he gonna come in here and take my dunk contest, my trophy? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No. Because again, we're talking about guys just being able to compete, and I can't make you compete. And the reason why this generation is in that space is because a lot of the stuff that they have isn't built on their game. A lot of the stuff that they have is built on reputation. It's not built on their game. No, it's built on other things. The reason why Jay, the reason why Bryant, the reason why Shaq, Duncan, all of these guys, all of these great players from their era, the reason why Chamberlain, the reason why Bill Russell, the reason why these guys are who they are today, because my reputation was built on my game. My game did all the talking for me, not my social media or me being in a Nike commercial or me being in a clothing line commercial. My reputation was built on my game. My game was everything. Everything. So the reason why we are where we are with these guys today, because their game isn't everything. And that's why we're seeing what we're seeing from the All-Star game. And I think that I'm going to have to wait another generation. I think that I'm going to have to wait another generation for that guy to show up, to take the reins, to say, I'm the best player, and I'm going to bring back the competition aspect. Now, like I said, I can see these guys. I do. I see these guys competing during the regular season. I see these guys competing, not as much as I'd like, but I do see these guys competing in the regular season. I mean, that gets ramped up, that gets amped up in the playoffs. 100% it does. But when these guys compete in the All-Star game, there's definitely more of a buddy type of thing. I don't see any animosity. Like, I think Chet and Wemby, there's some real discontent there when I watch those two. I've seen Wemby on the floor with Chet, and to be quite honest with you, from what I'm looking at, Chet is looking at Wemby is looking at Chet like, yo, why is this dude on the floor with me? He has nothing for me. Nothing. This dude can't cover me. He has nothing for me. That kind of discontent breeds competition and a rivalry. But I digress. I think that Steph Curry and Sabrina, I think that was one of the highlights of the weekend. And if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I can keep it a bean. I was worried. As great a long ball shooter as Steph is, when she came out, I was worried. Because I'm thinking to myself, this woman is not playing. She is dead ass serious. And you better be serious too, B. Otherwise, you're going to be off the floor. And don't get me wrong, Curry had everything to lose here. He had really nothing to gain and everything to lose. But with that being said, watching her come out and shoot the basketball, I was worried. I was like, oh shit, yo, she ain't playing. She dead serious. So I gotta get serious too. Because if he loses that, what does that do? Well, what does it do for him? Not just him, but what does it do for women's sports? What does it do for females in sports, especially in basketball? Just the I think just from the competition, from the competition standpoint, what she proved was I could crack it with the best of them. Not just the best females, the best players. That's the best long ball shooter to ever do it. And I'm holding my own against him. I'm holding my own against him. So because I'm holding my own against him, you can do that too. I think she was an inspiration, not just for other women, just people. I 100% believe that. Because that's the baddest you-know-what on the planet. And she decided that I'm going to shoot from the long ball line that you shoot from. And she came out and cracked it. And she came out and cracked the long ball like, I am here to rock. And if you ain't here to rock, I am going to embarrass you. And it was obvious that Steph was on the sideline like, all right, I got to get serious because she ain't playing. She is not playing, so I better get serious. That's the kind of competition, right? That's the kind of competition that I'm talking about. She might have been like, but meanwhile, in her head, she was like, yo, I'm really trying to beat this dude. I'm really trying to beat this dude. Because, again, what it does for their sport, what it does for the WNBA, and not just the WNBA, what it does for women's sports. Yo, I could if she could, I could crack the long ball with the best on the planet. The rest of y'all can't tell me nothing. I'm down to get it on with anybody. If I can hold my own with him, the your confidence, it goes through the roof. There's no way that you can't feel more confident about yourself. You can't. I didn't watch the dunk contest, because the dunk contest is kind of it's lost its luster. It has, and like I said earlier in the show, James him not getting in it, it kind of I won't say that James is at fault for all of this because he's not, but I would have liked to have seen James in the dunk contest at some point in his career. I would. But I think that the dunk contest isn't what it used to be. Even though there's some guys that were in the dunk contest, like Toppin. He was impressive. Like I said, I didn't watch it. I caught the highlights. Same thing with the All-Star game. I didn't watch the All-Star game. I was able to watch the first 5 minutes of it, and I couldn't watch after that. I couldn't. I could not watch after the first 5 minutes because it was unbearable. I mean, if this is what you dudes are going to do, I'm out. And I was good. But the dunk contest, there are guys who are high flyers that don't get in the dunk contest anymore. I mean, that's what the dunk contest was. The dunk contest was the highlight of the weekend. The dunk contest and the three-point shot. I mean, in the three-point contest. Those things were the highlight of the weekend. The All-Star game was the icing on the cake. But the dunk contest and the three-point contest and the dunk contest were the highlights of the week. And now it's just become a spectacle. You know, Obi Toppin doesn't really play at all. Mac McClung, they only bring him up from the G League for this. And he actually looks like he can play too. Because I did watch the Rising Stars game. This kid can play. I'm trying to figure out why he can't stick on a roster. What's the problem? Because he clearly can play. And he will compete too. I'm trying to figure out why he can't stick on a roster. But we're watching it. I'm trying to make sense of why not just him, but we're watching the Rising Stars game. I'm thinking to myself, can we get this level of competition? Right? Can we get this level of competition more often? Can I see more Benedict Mathurin letting Jaden Ivey know I'll bust your ass? Whether we here at All-Star Weekend on a Tuesday night in Detroit, I'll bust your ass anywhere. You can't do nothing with me. You? No. Not you. You can't do nothing with me. So to get that kind of to get that kind of reception for me, I think that really helps me to watch stuff like that. Now, I don't know how much longer we're going to see James because I posed the question: should James announce his retirement so he could get a farewell tour? I mean, all the all-time greats did it. Doc did it. Jordan did it. I would have liked to have seen Tim Duncan do it because I know Tim Duncan does not like to be made a big deal of. I would have liked to have seen him do it. I would have, but it was classic Tim Duncan, the way he handled it, where like, don't make a big deal out of me. I'm only here, and then I'm gone. Bryant did it. He announced that it was his last season. I would have liked to have seen Shaq do it. I would have liked to have seen Shaq come on and say, "Yo, this is my last season. I'm out after this year," because he would have definitely gotten a farewell. Especially the way that they treated Jabal. Yeah, 100%, he would have. So I would like to see James do that. I would like to see James do that because I know how much he meant to the league. I know how much the league meant to him, and for him to come out and say, "All right, yo, season or this season coming up, this is my last season. I'm out after this season." I think that would be dope for him to do that. I think that would be fantastic for him to do that. Off the strength that it's necessary. It's necessary to have all-time greats do that. you know, Bird isn't one of those guys that wants to be made a big deal of. But I would have liked to have seen Bird say, yo, this is my last season and I'm out. And for them to do that for Bird, I would have liked to have seen that. I would have. I think that would have been dope. We got Rob with Magic. Huh? We got Rob with Magic, and I know for a fact that the reception he would have got would have been incredible. But I'm going to open up the floor to you guys. What about All-Star Weekend did you see that you liked? What would you change? Is there anything that you would like to see more of? Are we ever going to see a competitive All-Star game? Did Sabrina and Steph, did they disappoint? Did any of this stuff that you saw this weekend, did it bother you? Did it make you feel good about the direction of where All-Star Weekend is going or the All-Star game? Did you see anything that you were thinking, all right, I'm good? I'm interested to hear. I'm interested to hear your thoughts, because I had a couple of things that went on in the All-Star game, and I was like, yo, not the All-Star game, but All-Star Weekend. I'm good on the All-Star game. So, what up?
Oh, what's good, Chill?
What up?
I like, I would say the 3-point contest between Steph and Sabrina. That's what everybody liked. Number one, the
Word.
Rising Stars to me was good too. I don't think
What
anybody
about it?
talks about
What about it was good?
the Rising Stars. To me, it just seemed more competition than the All-Star game. Because I still watch the All-Star game. I'm just getting back into basketball because I was on my football stuff, so I had to watch
Right.
still. But I felt like it was more competitive. They were more hungry, especially the G League team.
Right.
But I feel like the All-Star game, I didn't finish the whole thing though. I couldn't, because when like Jokic and Luka doing this little pass running to each other too,
Right.
then Jokic is like, he's laughing the whole game, so it's clearly he's not taking it serious.
Right.
And then LeBron comes in for 13 minutes. He does his little thing because he's not trying to get injured. So that, I think LeBron needs to set a precedent to where he's the guy who shows them they have to be competitive. And I'm a guy who likes LeBron too, but
Right.
I knew the All-Star game was going downhill after Kobe got injured with the torn Achilles. Because even before, I was born in 06. So the first time I watched the All-Star game was like 11, 12.
Right.
And the moment I remember was the end of the game between Kobe and LeBron when Kobe guarded LeBron. He tried to guard him. LeBron passes the shot. I think it was to Darren Williams. I'm not sure. Darren Williams misses. They get the rebound. It goes back to LeBron. He passes it again. And Melo and Kobe are looking at this dude like, bro, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So it feels like, and I love Bron, but it's like, what are you doing though? That is the real question. Like, what are you doing? You need to, I'm not saying you take the whole game over, because even in the old Pro Bowl, when people said the old Pro Bowls are competitive, if you really watch them, it's like the latter half of the game, you see guys start getting in there serious. It's not a whole game thing. Most of the people saying it's a full game thing most likely haven't really watched all of them. So it's just, you need to do moments. I want moments, not a full
You're not gonna get
game.
the whole game, 100%. You're not gonna get the whole game. All right, I get that. I definitely get that part. The question that I have though is James setting the precedent. I mean, we're in year 21, my man. Like, it's not like it's not like we're in year like 6 and like, yo, James, you got to pick it up. Like, you've seen everything that you're gonna see.
So right now it's over. I agree with what you said. Right now it's just the new era has to take over.
Right.
But when you say new era though, you're talking like, I'm thinking, to me, that's like 20 years from now. I don't think a guy like Luka Doncic is coming in here and saying, okay, LeBron is out of here now. It's time. Even Giannis, when Giannis is
who is that guy? David, who is that guy that's like, yo, I'm the dude? Who is that guy today?
It's like,
you can't tell me. And the reason why you can't tell me because you don't know who it is. I don't know who it is neither. It seems like it wants to. Jason Tatum seems like he wants to do it. Then Joker is acting like he's the best player, but then he's not really serious about it. Then Giannis isn't really sure he's the best player. Like, which one of these dudes Which one of these dudes is actually going to say, I'm the one here. I'm the guy. I'm James or I'm Shaq. Who is that guy?
Because to me, these guys are just good at basketball. I don't think they like that. LeBron loves basketball. Kevin Durant loves basketball. I think these guys are just good at basketball. Like, I don't think these guys are like, okay,
so it's just
the
something
last
to do
thing
for
I
them.
want to do before I die is get one more shot up. They're like, no, I just want to chill. These guys, like, they work hard, but they're not here to like extend the NBA's future or stay into this business until they're dead. It's just like they're just here to
I'm just doing it, make some money. I could get
The
with that.
argument
Sure, I could
that's
definitely
giving me trouble though is people saying they don't want to get injured.
Oh, that makes
Who
no
has
sense.
got,
I can't handle that. I can't handle
who
that. I
is
can't. I'll be trying to listen to it. I can't.
who's getting injured though? This is
The last time it happened was Dwayne Wade broke Kobe Bryant's nose.
what was that? Like, even that Kobe didn't care. He was
It
like,
wasn't really that big a deal. Right.
He literally went to the sideline, they wiped his nose. The
Let's
blood
get back
was
at
even
it.
as soon as he wiped it out, the blood was done.
Right.
Kobe started smiling after. It looked like that made him even more mad in the game.
Right.
It looked like he wanted this to happen. Like, okay, now we're getting serious. I don't understand this injury thing. This is not a real game.
This is the problem, David. Though is this is your generation of kids. Though that's what they're talking about. Do get paid more, do less. I don't want to risk getting hurt. I don't want to risk getting shown up. So I'm gonna get paid, but I'm gonna do less to do that. So I mean, this is your generation, Dave. So it's up to you. It's up to people like you to change this. So good to talk to you, though, brother. I appreciate you. No doubt about it. Absolutely, brother. Hey, man, this is what it is. This is what it is. Guys like David, teenagers, the guys in the early 20s. This is your generation. And to the point that he made, I might not be around. I mean, you're talking 20, 25 more years from now. I hope that I'm still around to see whomever take the reins. I'm hoping that it's actually earlier than 20 years from now. I'm hoping that in the next 5 to 10 years, I see another guy come along that's like, yo, I'm the next one. This is my league. Not none of you dudes out here. This dude is over. This dude is over. I would love to see that. I would love to see that because now we're going to have some competition. Because what you're going to have now is when you have a guy come along like that, there's going to be some animosity. Who does dude think he is? Who does this guy think he is? He thinks he's better than all of us. Yeah, I do. And I'll prove it. That's what competition is about. Right? That's what competition has always been about. So, what up?
Hello, can you hear me?
What up?
Chill, I think that there's something that the league could actually do to fix this All-Star game, and it's implement some type of outlandish rule. And what do I mean by outlandish rule? If you win the All-Star game, not only do you get to go to you get full home court advantage in the finals, you get an extra 2 wins on your regular season, an extra 2 wins, or however many. And if you
Why do we have to do all of that? Why do we have to do that though? Why do we have to go
to force them to compete? To force them to chill. And I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were actually gonna react like that. And when the players are actually gonna react exactly how you're gonna react, you know what the league says at that point? Okay, you think the rule is ridiculous? Then win. There you go.
You can't force me to compete.
They're gonna compete. You want to know why they're gonna compete? Teams that are actually gonna need those wins are gonna do the absolute best to get those wins. They're going to try their absolute best.
You know where I get those wins from? I get those wins in the regular season. Because what you're doing when you do that is you're minimizing the regular season. So now the number 1 seed, it doesn't make a difference if I had the best record in the NBA. Because now I got to go to Boston 4 to 7 games. I got to go to Minnesota 4 to 7 games because we lost in the All-Star game. Because now you're forcing these dudes to compete, which they're not going to. Now you're minimizing the regular season. And that's not going to happen. No, you can't force guys to play hard. Not to mention, these guys are making so much money. That's the biggest problem. There is no incentive to compete because these guys are making so much money. My game isn't what I'm standing on. No, what I'm standing on is this $42 million paycheck I got this season. That's what I'm standing on. What I'm standing on is my Nike deal. That's what I'm standing on, not my game. That's not what I'm standing on.
Well, chill. Let's rewind the clock. And how you say it, let's rewind the clock back to the 90s. Jordan was making a ton of money. Scottie Pippen was making a ton of money. Dominique Wilkins was making a ton of money. These guys competed. So why is it now that these guys are making a ton of money? Now they just don't compete. Like what was the mentality change?
Well, answer this question for me. When you say that these guys were making a ton of money, how did they get that? Like, for example, Jordan, how did he get to where he was?
Oh, everybody loved his game. Everybody loved his game.
That's how I got the Nike deal. That's how Dominique Wilkins got where he got. That's where Ewan got where he got. All of this stuff that I'm doing, all of this money that I'm making, it was all predicated on my game. And that's what I have to show every time I step on the floor, that my game is why I'm here. My game is why I'm making all of this money. My game is why you guys voted me to be a starter in the All-Star game. My game is why the coaches picked me, not because I got 11 million followers on Facebook. No, that's not why.
Facebook is crazy. Facebook is crazy.
That's not why. My game is what got me here. And the majority of these guys, that's what they're living on. They're living on reputation and not what their game actually is. That's why they're afraid to compete.
Do you think that seeps also into regular season and potentially even postseason as well? Do you think that feeling of just like they're just banking on their reputation, they don't really care if they win or lose in the postseason? It's just like at the end of the day, I still got 11 million followers on Facebook.
Some of these guys do, and because some of these guys do, I do think that seeps into their game. That it's not going to affect my TikTok or my Twitter following, but I also think that there's plenty of guys who want to win and they put the work in to win, and they don't want to be shown up in the regular season. They don't want to be shown up in the playoffs because they know what comes with that. I'm thinking if that's really how you feel, then that should be all across the board. I don't get to pick and choose when I want to play. I don't get
that should translate also into the All-Star break.
Everywhere. Muhammad Ali told me years ago, when you the champ and you got the belt, anybody can get it. I don't care where we are. It doesn't make a difference. If I'm the champ, I'm knocking out all bums. And includes the All-Star game.
I'd love to see like Luka hunt Steph to prove I'm the best point guard in the league. I'd love to see Devin Booker hunt Jaylen Brown and Anthony Edwards to make a statement like, yo, I'm the best two guard. Or Jason Tatum, KD, and Jason Tatum.
We're too cool for that. That's why. No, we too
yeah,
cool
man. I got one question for you, Chill. If Trae Young just all of a sudden was like as efficient as somebody like Steve Nash, how much better do you think he'd be for his team's success?
If he took better shots and he took better care of the basketball, yeah. We probably would be talking about him like we talk about Steve Nash, because he would be in the MVP conversation, considering who he is, the way he scores, the way he distributes.
Just like that, like.
Yeah,
if he was as efficient as Steve Nash,
think about this, yo. I think he's second in the league in assists. I think Trae Young averages like almost 5 turnovers a game, something like that. Like, imagine if he imagine if that went down to like 2,
1. And he averages 5 turnovers a game.
If I'm not mistaken. What I don't want to do is I don't want to give you bad information, right? I don't want to give you bad information. I want to make
5 turnovers on 11 assists.
I want to make sure that I give you correct information. So this season, he's giving you 11 assists. He's averaging over 4 turnovers a game.
4 turnovers for 11 assists.
He's averaging over 4 turnovers.
There's no way. There's no way he's one of the best passers in the league if he's doing that. Then there's no way.
He's averaging over 4 turnovers a game. So I just want to put that on your mind. That's what he's doing this season. He's had games where he's had 7, 8 turnovers. That's happened.
Jesus, that's terrible.
So if he was more efficient, then we might be talking about him differently. So, all right, brother.
Well, all right, Chill. You have a good one.
Yep. Absolutely, man. I mean, I definitely think that it would be different in that aspect. So, what up?
Chill,
what up?
What's up, man?
What up?
What's going
What
on
up?
with you? Can you hear me?
Yep, you hot. What up?
What's going on, man? I ain't gonna lie to you, Chill, man. The person that I'm most disappointed in, man, is Ant, man.
Why?
The reason why, because I thought Ant was like one of the old heads, like I thought he was gonna be one of them type of players. Like, no, I'm gonna compete. You know what I'm saying? He didn't take All-Star Weekend serious. Like,
He didn't shooting
he
with his
shot
left hand.
the skills hand. Like, I'm just like, bro. Like, just no, bro. Like that. I thought that was what, but
I thought it was too.
But something I wanted to ask you, Chill, man.
Hey Tim, hold on for a second. I'm gonna get right back to you. Don't go nowhere. Hold on for a second. Hold on. I gotta talk to this dude.
Yeah, you scrub. I knew what you was gonna do, scrub.
I have to talk to this dude right here. Of nobody that I gotta hang the phone up to talk to this dude. Hell yes. No time it is when I get this guy.
Ducky Smoke, you are a scrub, bro. Listen, bro, I got about 5 good minutes for you, and I'm gonna tell you something, brother. First of all, you ducked that whole smoke. I ain't heard you talk about this on your channel. You've been ducking this smoke about LeBron James not going to Kobe Bryant's trophy ceremony for the statue. I ain't heard you say nothing about you ducked that smoke first and foremost.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Then you ducked the smoke about what happened last night, how he quit at the All-Star game because he saw he wasn't gonna get the MVP. So
they all quit. Ticket. They shot 168 threes. They all quit. You talking about? None of these dudes was rocking. None of them.
You talking about y'all want to cry? Y'all want to cry and talk about what's wrong with the All-Star game? What's wrong with the All-Star game is that dude. Then let's talk about something else, right? And Fluent, you shut your ass up, Fluent. I got something for you too down there in the comment section, running your mouth. You shut up too. You fake DJ Vlad. I got something for you, bro. Don't think I forgot about you. I'm gonna double back on you. But let me tell you something too. Something else. Bro. So your man gives a fake. He gives a fake commitment to the Lakers, like, yeah, you know, I don't know which jersey I want to retire in. Man, you guys are you ought to be ashamed of yourselves, man. And this is your favorite all-time player. These are y'all heroes. This is supposed to be the face of the league. A dude who quit, a dude who ducked the slam dunk contest. He was the one who started to ruin the slam dunk contest. He ducked that, just like he ducked everything else. You understand what I'm saying? The All-Star weekend, if he tells everybody to play hard, guys are going to want to play hard. Now they're asking for more money to play hard. Come on, man. This is all on him. This is all on him and the new wave.
We can't do that. No, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing it being all on him.
I'm going to tell you why we're doing it. I'm going to tell you why we're doing it. Because when they played the All-Star game, when it was Mike and them guys, when everybody seen Mike and them playing hard, everybody playing hard in the All-Star game. Don't tell me that. Same thing with Kobe Bryant.
But the same thing Ticket. The same thing with James. James did not play hard in the All-Star game.
No. He
didn't play hard yesterday. I'm not gonna argue that part. No, Ticket. I'm not gonna argue that part. And I will say, here go my problem with you. Here go my problem with your logic, Ticket. My problem with your logic, Ticket, is that you telling me that this is all him. Ticket, you are the main one. You are the main one. You are the main one who tells me. You the main one who tells me. Who are these dudes, Ticket? These dudes. Who is their idol? Jason Tatum. Who is their idol, Ticket?
Is he the face of the era?
Of this era? Yes, he is.
If LeBron James the face of the league, he's supposed to be the one to go to everybody and say, bro, we got to bring this back. Everybody got to play hard. That's the same way he led everybody into the bubble. He's supposed to lead everybody and say, look, man, we got to play hard. The same way he tried to save the league.
Still here? We're still here. So Jabbar didn't do that, right? Even though Jabbar played hard when he was 39 years old, right? Jordan, even though he still played hard, right? No question about that. But we still here with James. But that's not the point, Ticket. The point I'm asking you, Ticket, is the question I'm asking you, Ticket, is these kids today, these guys in the league, who is their guy? Now I ain't talking about James. When you ask them who their favorite player is of all time, who is their guy?
No. You talking about right now? Hold on. I'm talking about the dudes that's out here, the kids that's out here right now.
I'm talking about the guys you see in the NBA today and the guys in the All-Star game.
LeBron is their guy. He's the leading vote getter.
Devin Booker. Who is Devin Booker's guy, Ticket?
Hold on. LeBron James.
Who is his guy? Who is Jason Tatum's guy, Ticket? Who is his guy?
Leading vote getter, Chilltown.
That's not my point, Ticket. That's not my point, Ticket. Who is his guy?
You just asked who they looking at. If LeBron's the leading vote getter, that's who they looking at.
That don't mean that. No. That don't mean that that's his guy. No, that's not my point, Ticket.
No, you asked me who are the young people that's now in this era looking at. They looking at LeBron. He's the leading vote getter.
Who is their guy, Ticket? Who is Devin Booker's guy?
I made so many excuses for this dude, bro.
I ain't making excuses. Ticket, answer my question. Who is Devin Booker's guy?
Then you got nerve to talk about some fake. Oh yeah, he don't. That's how I know he a fraud.
We still haven't gotten to it. We still got the other thing that we haven't dealt with. Once again, Ticket, who is Devin Booker's guy, Ticket? Answer the question.
Disgusting, man. You're disgusting.
Who is Jason Tatum's guy?
You're talking about a dude, Chilltown.
That's what I'm asking you.
You sit up here, this dude gonna sit up here and lie and say, yeah, you know, I'm 50-50 on if I want a farewell tour. I ain't too good with praise. He the same dude that said he demand his damn respect. So how you ain't too good with praise when all you do is ask for praise? When people don't praise you, y'all call them haters. And then you gonna sit up here and lie and say, yeah, I'm 50-50 on a farewell tour. My fans, they deserve. Man, this dude's a fraud straight up and down, and y'all don't call
I still haven't gotten a satisfactory answer on who Devin Booker's guy is, Ticket.
I don't give a damn who his guy is.
Who is Jason Tatum's guy,
Ticket?
Ticket?
Who is the people voting for?
Who is Paul George's guy, Ticket?
Who is
Jalen Brown's guy, Ticket? This generation, who is their Michael Jordan?
Bro, who is the Ticket?
I'll tell you who it is. It's Kobe Bryant. So if that's the case, then why isn't that the example that they're showing on the floor? Explain that, Ticket. Explain that, Ticket. Explain why that isn't the case. Why is it James? Explain that, Ticket. If I grew up, Michael Jordan is my guy, right? Michael Jordan is my guy. But Shaq got all the votes.
He's the self-proclaimed leader of the league. Not only is he self-proclaimed, the votes say he's still the most popular guy out here because he's the leading vote getter. He's the leading vote getter, and he's the self-proclaimed leader. So not only that. So let's tell the truth right there, sir. So you're not gonna keep lying and making excuses for this lane. Like I said before, they've been letting y'all off the hook. The dude is a fraud. Damian Lillard is a bigger fraud who getting exposed in Milwaukee, the biggest thing. Y'all want to blame Doc Rivers. You guys are disgusting. This dude can hit every shot all-star weekend. I didn't hear no excuses about, he got family issues. He got things on his mind. When he was making all them shots from half court in this game, but in the real game, when he wide open and he missing all them shots, everybody else want to talk about Doc Rivers. Man, come on, man. Y'all dudes disgust me.
Now, you still haven't gotten to what I asked you to.
No.
All of those guys, Paul George, Leonard, you ain't cooking anything.
I guarantee you one thing. I guarantee you Kobe was alive out there in the court.
Jason Tatum. Exactly. So, wait.
LeBron's here.
You're not doing that. You're not doing that, Ticket. Well, so now that he's here, now the fact that he's not here. Well, wait a minute. Jordan wasn't there, and that didn't stop Bryant from playing.
Hold on.
That didn't stop. So just because Jordan is my guy and Shaq gets all the votes, that doesn't mean that that's the guy that I'm leading with. Jay is my guy.
LeBron James is my guy right now.
That's the point. So what you doing right now is you cooking bologna sandwiches with water. That's what you're cooking right now.
So what you not cooking anything. This is my last question for you because I don't want to take up other people's time. I don't cook you any other day you come up here. I want to say this, right? So why didn't LeBron James go out there yesterday and say that this error, he admitted this is the weakest error. He admitted dudes ain't playing no D. You ain't got to touch nobody. It's easy to score. That's what I told you. He said that, not me. He said that. So that you say what?
I will say this. He should have gotten the dunk contest at some point. He should have done that.
No, what about this being a weak error, though? What about this being a weak error? He said the error was weak. He said it. So y'all get mad when we said he said that.
I didn't hear him say that. When did he say that?
He said yesterday.
In what kind of context?
He said it's the easiest error to score. He said you can't touch nobody because they was asking him about guys scoring all
Luka said that too. Luka said it's a lot easier to score in the NBA than it is in EuroLeague.
I'm talking about LeBron.
I'm talking about, okay, so why is it when he says it, but Luka, who's one of the 5 best players in the game, says it's easier to score in the NBA than it is in the EuroLeague? It's not a big deal.
Okay, so then let's take about 5,000 points off his number then, LeBron's.
Why we got to take 5,000 points off his number? So
he said
doing that?
Hold on.
That is the most ridiculous shit I've ever
I'm going to take the last 2 or 3 years off. If he said it's that easy to score, can't nobody touch you. Oh, and he tried to the basket every time.
Do the same thing with Luka. Do the same thing with Joker. Do the same thing with all of these dudes.
Hey, everybody in the comment section. Y'all let Chilltown, y'all let Fluent and these boys come in here and cap every single day.
Listen to me.
And listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna start making a habit. Whenever I catch this dude pulling up, I'm on. Y'all better. Hey, I'm telling y'all right now. I'm not letting this dude off the hook. None of these clowns off the hook. No more.
Hey, go do y'all. Hey, before you go, Ticket. Hey, if any of y'all in here don't know Ticket TV, go to Ticket TV. All right, let me tell y'all right now. Go to Ticket TV on YouTube.com. Ticket TV. This dude is the real deal. All right. Every time he come up here, I'll punch him in his nose. I'll bust his lip, and I'm gonna do that every day. You understand what I'm telling you?
You take a little buddy.
Make sure that you subscribe to Ticket TV. Go see this dude, yo. He know what he doing.
You take your little buddy Fluent. I got smoke for him too. Believe that.
Hey, Ticket. Now,
and Lil Ox, I see you running around the comment section too, Lil Ox with your pom poms. Hey, I'm gonna catch you in traffic. Believe that.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch. Hey, Ticket. I'll see you soon, brother. You know where to find me at.
Buddy. I'm in the comment section, buddy. I'm in the comment section.
Love that dude, y'all. Fucking love Ticket TV. That's my man. Love that dude, y'all. I swear to God, I do. Let me get back to my man. Go. If you guys don't know who he is, it's Ticket TV. Ticket TV. He's on YouTube. Just like you subscribe to me, Chilltown Hoops. Go subscribe to Ticket TV. Yo, this dude know what he's talking about. But that's not gonna negate me from blacking his eye and busting his lip neither. But go talk to that dude. So, what up, Tim?
What's going on, Chill?
What up, brother? I'm sorry. I apologize. It was almost like I had an appointment with you and somebody showed up and I had to go handle that real quick.
No, it's all good. Y'all family. It's all love.
I apologize.
But Chill, I got a serious question though, man. Why don't the national media respect my Timberwolves, man?
Because it's Minnesota. That's why. And because of what you guys have done over the course of the last 15 years, the fact that you missed the playoffs for 10 years, the fact that you haven't had good draft picks, the fact that what happened in the playoffs when you played against Memphis, being up 15, having double-digit leads in every one of the games, in all 40 games that you lost. So that's why they look at you like that.
Yeah, man. It's just, man, they was just clowning us though, man. They keep talking about the Clippers this, the Denver Nuggets this. We done smacked both of them.
I ain't on that train. I'm on them. You know me, Tim. I'm on the Minnesota train.
So I just don't understand.
I'm on the Minnesota train. 100%. I'm on it. No doubt about it.
I don't understand, like, the Nuggets, the Clippers, like, both of them teams are beatable. Like, we match up well with both of them.
Well, let me ask you this, Tim. Of the Clippers, Denver, Oklahoma City, what's the one thing that Minnesota does consistently that those guys don't do?
Play defense. Well, no,
that's the difference right there.
No,
yeah, no, you're right. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's it right there.
OKC play defense too.
Not like Minnesota. Not like Minnesota does. Not like Minnesota. Not on a consistent basis like they do. No, not like Minnesota.
Yeah, and I tell people all the time, like man, Denver, yeah, they smacked us in the first round last year, but they got lucky though. It would have been a way better competitive series if McDaniels and Nas Reed didn't get hurt. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just leave it.
Nobody talk about that. No, Jaden McDaniels broke his hand. He was goofy breaking his hand, right? Yeah. But Nas Reed also getting hurt. So, and on top of that, Bruce Brown from the defending NBA champion Denver Nuggets said, "quote Minnesota was our toughest series."
Yeah.
He said that. He said that Minnesota was our toughest opponent. So, do I think Minnesota's winning the NBA championship? I ain't gonna go that far, but I do think that they.
But do we got a shot though? Just answer me that. Do we got a shot?
Yes, I do think you do. Yes, I definitely think you get out the first round this year. 100%, I believe that. Definitely believe that. Yeah, definitely believe that.
I appreciate it, Chill. I'm gonna get up with
you. All right,
you,
bro. You know where to find me at. Out. What up?
What up, Chill?
What up?
Chilling, man. Hey, listen, this All-Star game, I heard what you and Mars was saying earlier. I feel what y'all saying about the number one seed and this and that, but hey, listen, they do it in baseball, and it looks like it works pretty well. All those All-Star games are always competitive.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just an interesting thought process to it because it's like, man, when I grew up, Chill, I was 13 when that 2003 All-Star game was. That's goated. That's the best All-Star game ever, bro. That game was so good. And I just growing up, I remember and that one in Philly, and I think it was 01 or 03, 02, right? 02. That was another great one. That was one where the East came back, and it was Marbury and AI who went crazy.
No, that's 2001. That was in Washington.
That's 01, right?
Yeah, that's 01 in DC.
Marbury, I remember Marbury went crazy that game in the fourth quarter. But those games were always super competitive. I grew up. It's just, it's cool, seeing all the highlights and stuff. And I understand. It's like I was an athlete. I didn't get to the professional level, but I got close. But
Right.
I understand the competitive aspect in it, but then I also understand most of the players they're trying to reserve their energy for the second half of this, for the second push, that final push, because like you said, it's the season's in thirds. They're entering that final third now, so they're trying to be as fresh as possible. But then I also look at it's like they get 3 days before those they get 3 days before that Sunday game, and they start playing again 3 days after. They got enough rest in there to.
They don't play again until Thursday.
Yeah, they don't play till Thursday, exactly.
Right.
So it's like they got enough. You know what I mean? They got enough days in
Mm-hmm.
between to play hard. I just would love to see it. When I see 211, 186, I'm like, come on, man.
No,
what is this?
168 threes. 168 threes. Y'all ain't playing. Y'all ain't serious.
Crazy, bro.
No,
you know what I mean?
y'all ain't serious.
Like, at least if y'all gonna do that, at least, because I'm not saying the All-Star game isn't competitive in the aspect like they don't care, but at least if they're gonna do it, like, not in a sense script it, but it's like keep it close. So like in the last 4 minutes, everyone could play hard. At least do it like that. You know what I mean? Where it's like, yo, let's keep it between 8 to 10, and then you feel me, last 4 or 5 minutes, keep it close, and then everyone plays hard at least then, because then at least you can see, you know what I mean, who really stands out. Because like the late great Kobe said, this is the best pickup game in the history of basketball every year that we do in the All-Star game.
Ever
since always been like that.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I always look forward to it. So,
yeah.
But yeah, man, I know where to find you at, Nick. Good to talk to you, brother.
Much love,
absolutely. Yep. That's what you can't force guys to compete. Can't do that. Cannot force guys to compete, and that's not the answer. But with that also being said, I'm not sure that I'm going to see in my lifetime, right? I'm not sure that I'm going to see in my lifetime another guy come along like James, like Jordan, right? That comes along and says, yo, I'm the league now. This is my league. I'm not sure that I'm going to see that again in my lifetime, because I got a lot of guys in the league today that's too cool with each other. There is no real discontent. There is none. There is no real discontent with these guys. There is no real animosity. There is no, despite them being cool, there is no real, there is nothing real there. Like, we too cool. As cool as Isaiah was with Magic, they absolutely did not like each other when they got on the floor. Like, he went after him. He definitely went after Magic, and Magic went after Isaiah. We could be cool off the floor, but once we get on the court, you can see that it's serious. You could see that. As I didn't know that John Stockton and Isaiah had known each other since they was 12 years old. I didn't know they went back that far. However, anytime Stockton got on the floor with Isaiah, anytime Isaiah got on the floor with Stockton, he went after him. It wasn't none of that, yo, we cool. None of that. That competition was always there. And the reason why it was there was because my game is my reputation. Not how many followers I have on sports media, not on social media, not how many TikTok followers I have, not how many on Facebook, and all of that. None of that stuff mattered. Nike commercials, sneakers. My game was my reputation, period. And because my game is my reputation, every time I see whoever's in front of me, that person or that player is challenging my reputation. Always. So I'm straight. Always. Deshaun, get the hell out. Deshaun, whatever your name is, get your goofy ass out of my get out of here. Get the hell out of here. I'm straight. Get out of here. I don't got time for goofies like this. You. Anyway. That's what I'd like to see come back. I would like to see that. I would like to see it come back. It'd be great if it would. It would be. With that being said, it's about that time, guys. I got to bounce. It was good to see y'all dudes, right? It was straight good. It was good to see y'all dudes. And I will be back soon. I'm on playback tomorrow, 4 o'clock. And I think that I think I'll be on again tomorrow night. I'm not sure. But I do think I will be on tomorrow night. So if you guys hit that subscribe button, you will get notifications of whether or not I'm on. Don't salute me, dude. Nah, don't salute me. Do not. Me and you are not friends, and there's no. Do not salute me. Don't. Do not salute me, because I'm not saluting you. Whenever I see you, it's beef. It is. I'm not cool with you, B. No. Do not salute me. But anyway, when I see you guys again, you could absolutely get notifications of whenever I'm on again, and I will be on soon. You ain't got to worry about that. Like I said, this is where I've always been. This is where I'm always going to be. So the season is going to start in a couple of days. The season is going to resume in a couple of days, and it's going to be good. It's definitely going to be good. But until then, drink water, put on a suit, don't drink and drive. Hey man, call your mother. Call your mother. When last time you talked to your mother, man? When last time you talked to your mother? Call your mother. I will talk to you dude soon, but until then, take it light. Take it. Absolutely, man. It was good to see you guys tonight.